Hey everybody, what is up? Sean Hatzel here, owner of Get Lean in 12 and Stubborn Fat expert for people over 35 years old. You're scrolling through your feed and you see this, stop by, drop a comment below, say hello, let us know where you're from, and pay close attention if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, because I have a very powerful diet hack, a specific pattern of eating, a form of intermittent fasting that I want to share inside this video. So I'm going to share the #1 intermittent fasting protocol to quickly lose belly fat. This will be especially effective through the holidays. Now, intermittent fasting is one of today's most hottest diet trends. It's like a little mosquito buzzing around in everybody's ear on the internet. And there's several different ways to do it. Inside this video, I'm going to share the #1 way to do it. In fact, I've used this specific form of intermittent fasting for the last 9+ years to maintain six-pack abs. Now, obviously, I'm exercising the right way and I'm eating a clean diet the majority of the time. However, using this specific form of intermittent fasting has allowed me to indulge in a lot more desserts, red wine at night, and get away with eating a lot more carbs, which obviously is very appealing during the holiday season. And so I came up with this specific pattern of eating and using this specific form of intermittent fasting when I spent my first winter down in Florida, and I knew we were gonna be having all kinds of company. We were gonna be eating out 3 or 4 nights of the week, drinking wine, eating chocolate, and this was a way I was able to maintain my six-pack abs. So before I dive into the different types of intermittent fasting and what I consider the #1 best form of intermittent fasting, which you'll learn about at the link around this video, by the way. So somewhere around this video, you're gonna see a link to click or tap where you learn all about this form of intermittent fasting that's helped me maintain this condition. But don't click it yet, because first, I want to share how high-intensity exercise and intermittent fasting have remarkable similarities on your hormones and how combining them the right way by using something that I call the Siesta Key Beach Diet Protocol that I'll share with you at the end of this video can really have a profound effect and take your results to the next level. So up here, you're gonna see 3 hormones listed: insulin, growth hormone, and adrenaline. And then you're gonna see 2 columns here: intermittent fasting column and HIE, which is high intensity exercise. So as you see the arrows pointing and directing the impact that these particular protocols have on hormones. So first of all, when you're fasting, you're not eating any food. So insulin levels become very low and stable. This allows the body to readily access stored fat as a fuel source. Well, the same thing happens when you engage in high intensity exercise done the right way. Insulin levels become very stable, and this allows the body to quickly lose more belly fat. The second hormone is growth hormone. Now remember, if you're over 30 years old or over 35 years old, growth hormone levels are starting to decline rapidly inside your body. This is a condition known as somatopause, and you want to do everything in your power to combat this because growth hormone is often considered our #1 anti-aging hormone. And obviously, it helps the body preserve muscle, and it helps keep the body young and avoid diseases. So, when you intermittent fast and you use high intensity exercise, growth hormone levels have been shown to be increased 400 all the way up to 1,000%. Now, I'm not just making this up. I'll post studies in the comments below this video backing up these claims, and you'll also see over a dozen studies at the bottom of my website at the link around this video, so that you know I'm not just making this stuff up. It's all evidence-based, and it's been published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. So the third hormone is adrenaline. Now, when you're intermittent fasting or using high-intensity exercise, adrenaline goes up. See, when you use these strategies, your body's sympathetic nervous system kicks up really high. This is your body's fight or flight response. And when this happens, it forces the adrenal glands to release adrenaline into the bloodstream. This adrenaline then converts to a few different hormones: norepinephrine and epinephrine, which are catecholamines. So to simplify this, these are the hormones that are responsible for releasing fatty acids from your fat cells into the bloodstream, where they can be delivered to working tissue and working muscle and be burned off. In other words, when your body releases adrenaline using high intensity exercise or intermittent fasting, you can quickly shrink fat cells faster than you normally would be able to. So there you have it. There's the 3 hormones. Now, what is the best type of fasting? And I think there's a lot of them out there that can be very effective, but I think are very hard to adhere to. So I've come up with a method that you can use 5 to 7 days of the week. Karen uses it too. People always ask us how we look so much younger than our real age. She's 57, I'm 46. We have 5 grandkids together. People freak out when they hear I'm a grandfather. And using this specific pattern of eating or this form of intermittent fasting is one of our hidden secrets. And so what I want to do is I want to talk about a couple other forms: 24 to 36 hours 1 to 2 times per week. Brad Pilon came up with a method called Eat, Stop, Eat. He's a good friend of mine. Tons of research behind this method. You simply fast 24 hours to 36 hours once or twice of the week, and it has a profound effect on the metabolism that you'll see all the amazing effects fasting has on your body when you click the link around this video. But in my opinion, this method, although effective, is very difficult to adhere to. I find it very hard to fast for 24 to 36 hours. I hate it, to be honest with you. So that's why I came up with a better method. It does work though. If it's something that would work for you, go ahead and give it a shot. I just recommend using the method that you'll find inside my Siesta Key Beach diet. The other one is the 5-2. The 5-2 method is basically 5 days eating regular, 2 days of fasting, but during those fasted days, you're actually allowed 3 meals and up to 500 to 600 calories. So you're not really fasting because you're consuming calories, even though it's a very low amount of calories, and I think that's why this method is so effective for losing weight. However, you never get the true benefits of fasting. And when you look at the research behind what true fasting does without food for specific set periods of time, 5 to 7 days of the week, the profound effect it has on your metabolism and your health and longevity is remarkable. And you'll learn all about that when you click the link around this video. But before you do that, let's address a lot of the questions that people have when they're intermittent fasting. So inside my Siesta Key Beach Diet Manual that you'll find at the link around this video at a very special price with a money-back guarantee, you're gonna learn the best time to exercise when you fast and how you can combine these two things to really get a synergistic effect. You're gonna learn how to gain muscle. In fact, these hormones are actually responsible for preserving muscle. Most people think when they fast, they're gonna slow down their metabolism or lose muscle, and the exact opposite is true. Your metabolic rate goes up, and you'll actually preserve and even potentially gain lean muscle. And I'm gonna show you how to gain muscle inside my manual. What do you eat when you break your fast, and what do you eat when you end your fast? These are critical components to long-term success and for you to adhere to this the right way without binging or falling off track. And fourth, how do I what do I eat during that fed window? What exactly do I eat? This is important. Now, a couple days of the week, you can probably eat whatever you want as long as you don't binge and go crazy during the holidays and prevent fat storage. As long as about 4 or 5 days of the week, you're using exact foods that I share with you inside my manual. So hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, click the like button, give me some hearts. If you have questions, drop a comment below. We're almost 8 minutes in, so if you're still watching this, thank you. Time is our most precious commodity. It's a busy time of the year as we move into the holidays. And if you're taking 8 minutes out of your day to check out a video that I filmed, I'm very grateful and appreciative of that. So, somewhere on this video, you'll see the link to click or tap where you can learn all about this amazing method. Again, I use this just 30 days. Look what happened to my body in 30 days. Pretty cool. So you can do the same thing. You just have to apply yourself and use the manual that you'll find at the link around this video. Thanks for watching and keep going strong.